Hello, everybody. Average Gamer here. On this episode, Rob. Um, so I wanted to do a video because you guys may have noticed that I've been doing more and more videos recently. Um, and then all of a sudden it kind of peaked and then it's kind of gone down the last couple days. Well, I haven't really made this public, and I guess I might as well do it now. Um, I'm kind of, well, I am. Currently fighting depression. I've been fighting it for the last 2 years or so. Um, Kind of feels a little bit better to say it, but basically it all started. Kind of for those of you who basically don't know what depression is, I'm actually looking up the Google for the Wikipedia thing of it. Basically, it's a state of low mood or aversion to activity that can affect a person's thoughts, behavior, feelings, sense of well-being. Depressed mood is normally temporary, a reaction to life events such as a loss of a loved one. For me, it's not so temporary. It's been going on for the last 2+ years. It all started with the loss of my sister due to cancer, almost 2 years ago, next month. Which obviously hurts, especially when she's, young. She's in her 20s. Actually, no, she just turned 30. She would have just turned 30 actually this year. So, yeah, she was in her late 20s and she passed away of cancer. Um, it hurts, it bothers you, and all that stuff. And if you've ever lost someone very, very close to you, you know kind of how that feels. Well, that's how I've been feeling pretty much for the last 2 years because um, then the following February, I lost my mother to cancer as well. She was actually diagnosed the month before my sister passed away. So, sorry for the lack of eye contact in the camera. Really don't like to do that in current situations like this, but so basically since then, I was having issues where I would get sick every once a month. Actual like sick, almost like the flu basically, but I'd have it for like a couple days. Didn't think much of it. I was sleeping a lot. Didn't really think much of it. Then I would also stay awake for a couple days. That's where I usually get my recording in. My interest in all that stuff was kind of roller coaster and all that stuff. Um, Overall, though, I was able to keep it in check and I was working and things like that. And no big deal. Then, about a month ago, things kind of took a turn. Um, all of a sudden, I just started getting really bad anxiety and it just kind of got worse and worse and worse and worse. Um, I'd have moods where I just kind of sit and not do anything, not want to do anything. I just sit there. Maybe sometimes every now and then I'd have a podcast running, but that would be at the beginning when I'm like, I'm going to go to the living room, listen to a podcast, and do something on my iPad or something. And the next thing you know, my iPad's just sitting there and I'm just laying on the couch, and it's just playing and I'm just staring off at the ceiling. And I have no interest in what I was doing, no interest in doing anything. Um, I was very irritable. My girlfriend, asked me what I was doing, and I didn't know why I was doing something. I'd get mad about it, and I'd kind of snap at her a little bit. My weights. Oh boy. So I used to weigh 280, and now I weigh 240. So I've lost 40 or 250, 245. So overall, I've lost 30 pounds in the last 3 months. I was pretty steady, and then it just dropped. Um, it was one of these things where it just came out of nowhere. It could be because of the eating. I roller coasters a lot. It's not great. I'll eat an extra large pizza to myself in 20 minutes, and then the next day I'll have a coffee. Next day I'll have a coffee in the morning, coffee at lunch, maybe a sandwich for dinner. That's it. Next day, coffee. Next day, massively extra large pizza for breakfast. For lunch, another big pizza for dinner, and then whatever left over I'll eat for breakfast the next day. And then I'll eat binging for 3 or 4 days, and then for 3 or 4 more days after that, I maybe have a coffee during the day. You know, um, then certain days, no energy to do anything. Like you get up in the morning and it's like You know those mornings where you get up and you're like, I don't want to do anything, but you still get out of bed. You go have a shower, go make yourself breakfast, and all that stuff. I don't have those. If I actually can roll over at this point and just be like, you know what, I'm not getting out of bed, and stay in bed till my girlfriend comes home, basically from work at like 6 o'clock, 6 o'clock at night, 8 o'clock at night, 9 o'clock at night. I'll sleep all day, and then I'll get up when she gets home, hang out for a couple hours, and then go right back to bed with her. So when she goes to bed at 9, 10 o'clock for work the next day. Um, you know, used to be doing YouTube videos all the time, constantly recording and all that stuff. And now sometimes I have a hard time just coming to the room where I do my recording. It's in an area in my basement. And to be honest with you, I don't sometimes even come near this area. Sometimes I'll be just sitting upstairs in the kitchen most of the day, or in the living room most of the day, just sitting on the couch doing something. Yeah. I mean, it makes it kind of feel like, like a piece of crap. Some days, like, you're like, I didn't do anything today. So you kind of feel, that sense of not being able to accomplish anything. You feel guilty because you didn't do anything. You feel kind of worthless because you didn't do anything and all that stuff, which then feeds into, obviously, all the other feelings. And it's just a very, very vicious cycle. Sometimes concentration's a big problem. I have issues concentrating sometimes. I had to write down notes before doing this video. Prior to the last couple months, I used to be able to remember things no problem. That was one of my things. I could remember stuff that happened that was completely just 13, 14, 20 some odd years ago. And lately it's my short and long term memory is gone. Like, I'll ask my girlfriend if she liked dinner that I made, and then 2 minutes later I'll ask her again, and then I'll ask her a third time, and she's pretty good with it. She'll just give me the answer, and usually by the third or fourth time she'll kind of smirk a little bit and mention that I've already asked a couple times, which is pretty good. Overall though, I mean, I'm also in a lot of physical pain, which is very strange. I don't understand the whole point of that. I've talked to the doctor, and the doctor explained to me how that works, and I don't understand it. But basically, like, my knees hurt, which, I mean, they always hurt because I have bursitis because of being in the army and destroying the cartilage of my knees. But my ankles hurt for no apparent reason when I get up in the morning after sleeping. They just hurt for the first 3 or 4 hours, and then the pain just literally stops. Headaches, migraines all the time. Mostly headaches all the time, migraines every now and then. Shoulder pain, wrist pain. It's weird. It's like pain like in here. Like, I didn't even know that this could hurt. It's very strange. And 3 to 4 weeks ago, I decided I was gonna go see someone about it. I've had enough. I had to call in sick 3 days in a row to work, and I was like, okay, well, I have to go see a doctor anyway. So let's go talk to a doctor and see what's going on. And sure enough, doctor asks me a bunch of questions, and the doctor's like, well, you're suffering from depression. And I was just like, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. Look at me. I'm laughing. I'm smiling and all this stuff. And then then the doctor explains all the different things and all that stuff. Luckily enough, I mean, the wait room was only a couple minutes. Yay, Universal Healthcare. But yeah, so doctor goes through all the things, go do blood tests and all that stuff, and here we are, a couple of weeks later. Medication for it. I guess, like, but I just wanted to kind of tell people, like, one of the reasons why I wanted to do this video, because someone was asking me, they noticed that my energy's been low in some of the videos. I'm not usually as entertaining as I've been. Or like, they'll see I do one video in a day and I'm like really excited, really happy, and then 2 seconds later another video, not so much. Just wanted to explain what was going on. I'm not asking for sympathy. I'm not asking for handouts. I'm not asking for people to say, oh, well, I'm trying to bring attention to it, because I'm obviously not the only person that has it. I'm not also the person that has it the worst. There's obviously people out there that have it the worst. So, I mean, What's the point of this video? I don't know. I mean, there's lots of like risks associated with it, right? I mean, stress is is a thing. You could be, it could be a trigger for it. You could be genetically dispositioned for it, which is what they're thinking for me probably. It could be medications that are causing it. Even what they call mood regulation. Basically, your brain is having issues trying to figure out, like, it tries to make you happy but doesn't make you happy. It can't make you happy for some reason. Like, my chair doesn't make me happy because it's broken. Basically, there's a chemical imbalance in your brain because you're chemically not balanced. But yeah, I honestly don't know what I want to come out of this video other than just to bring it to everyone's attention. About depression itself, not about me. This video is just me telling you guys what I'm going through. And if you're going through any of this shit, see somebody, see some help. I mean, one of the big things that's actually helped me is this little jerk right here. That dog has helped me quite a bit. My girlfriend actually was the first one to notice it when before I got him. I was sad, mopey, kind of depressed, all that stuff. And now that we got the dog, it's, I don't want to say therapy dog or anything like that. I mean, because he's more than just a therapy dog, but it kind of, he's brought me up a little bit. I haven't really been in a dark place. No thoughts of suicide or anything like that. I'm not that in that direction of depression. I'm more in the direction of lack of energy, pain, sometimes just don't want to do anything. Like, just a lack of inhibition for everything. Like, I'll just find myself sitting on a couch doing nothing some days. But I wanted to put that out there. Not for me, but for other people. Like, if you're getting into certain situations like this, don't do what I did. I let this sit for 2 years. And after 2 years, it's come back to bite me in the butt. And if you have any of these things, go see someone. Luckily enough, I live in Canada where we have free healthcare. Well, technically it's not free. I pay taxes, and the taxes pay for my healthcare. But see someone. That's all I'm gonna say for now. But thanks for watching. Yeah, see you guys next time.